Hello everyone, I'm Vishesh, and right now we're starting with Module 2 Practical, GCCF, which is Infrastructure in Google Cloud. So I've already just now uploaded the theory part of GCCF infrastructure in Google Cloud. Now we're going to start the practical part. So before starting, let me just log into my Cloud Skills Boost account and it's just to do the same. So let me just do that. Right, so now I'm logged in. So first of all, let me just explain a few more things which people were facing issues with. So let me just go to Cloud Salesforce. So you can just click continue, but I'm just showing for the people who were still facing issues. So journeys /36. Alright. So when I'm here on this page, this one is already completed. We did that in our previous lab. Now this it might be that you haven't enrolled to this course yet. So I have enrolled, so it might not show be the same, but like if I want to enroll to this course, I would click learn more and then it will show me something like this, and I'll click enroll in this on-demand course. So when I do that, I would be getting a message that like this which says successfully enrolled. So once I get this message, it means that okay, I have successfully enrolled, and then I would do that for the second module. So you can do that for everyone. So even if it says, so for this fourth module, if it says that it cost me 9 credits, just make sure that you have a monthly subscription right here. So if you have a monthly subscription, you can access this credits courses for free. So this is what I meant with this is what we meant from this. So right, so now do the same, just enroll in this second one. So just click learn more. If it asks you for that, enroll in this on-demand course, just go for that. Now just what we did in the previous video, just go to course overview and just check what are the labs that you need to complete in this. Alright, so we'll come here first. So this is the first lab that we need to complete. We'll click this and we'll just wait for it to happen. We'll click this and click start lab. Now we'll just wait for it to start. Every other lab that we complete, this is how we do it, right? Okay, so we'll click open Google Cloud Console. It has taken my my email by default, but if it doesn't, just make sure you enter your correct email and password by copying it from here. Alright, I click I understand, and it might take some time. That's totally fine. Alright, so by that time, what I'll do is I'll just duplicate my screen. 1 second. Okay, let me just bring it right here. Alright, so let me just see what are the things that we need to do here. So these are any initial setups required. I don't think so. We just need to do this one. So I'll just copy this. Make sure you are on setup and requirements inside the region. I'll come back here. I'll click agree and continue, and then I'll click activate cloud shell. I'll just wait for it to happen, and then I'll read if there's anything else that I need to do. Okay. Alright, so I'll just come back here and click continue and just wait for it to load. Alright, so it has been created for me. Now I'll come back here and I'll just click copy. I'll come back and I click paste. So it would say authorize, so I'll just authorize it to happen, and when it does, I'll just wait. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to create a bucket. So how do we do that? Well, the first way to create a bucket was to go to cloud storage and create a bucket, but we're now using the command line interface to create a bucket. Now how do we do that? Well, it's pretty easy. We just copied it right here, and then we will just make sure we are right here, and we'll just write a bucket name. So make sure it's something unique. So I'm using my dog's name, but in a unique way. Alright, so I've used a very long bucket name. That's fine if you want to do so, just make sure it is unique. So I'll just say enter. It says creating. Alright, it's created the bucket for me. I'll just check what else do we need to do. Nothing else. We'll just check my progress. It says okay, it is created. Don't need to do that. Alright, so task 2 is copy and paste again. So copy and paste. Make sure there's nothing else you need to do. Okay. This says okay. And here we'll need to edit one thing. We just edit the name of our bucket. So in my case, the bucket name was Pablo Escobar Pug. Alright, it says copying file, operation complete. It'll come back. I'll click this RMADA. This removes the image. Alright, Now copy for task 3, copy again, and then paste. Alright, we downloaded the image, then task 4, copy again. Alright, okay, one more thing. Just go back. For task 3, you need to do one thing. Just copy, paste, but make sure you remove your bucket name. I did not do that. I'm really sorry. Okay. But make sure the bucket name is right. It's copying it. Alright, done. Operation completed. I'll come back for task 4. I click copy and then I'll click paste, and then I'll remove the bucket name again. You can copy it as well. Alright, I've made a mistake in the name. Alright, okay, seems really nice. Alright, I have made a mistake again in the name. Let me see. Alright, right here, I need to edit it here as well. So you need just to make sure that these things don't happen while you're doing it and making these mistakes, but you should not. Okay, make sure your task 4 looks something like this. Your bucket name and your bucket name are edited here. Alright, I'll come back and I'll click check my progress. It should say task completed. Okay, and this should obviously complete my task, but if it doesn't, I'll just check if there's okay, there are more things to complete. Okay, so I'll just come to task 5, and then again I'll enter my bucket name. Okay, and then I'll come back and then I'll go for task 6, paste. Alright, that's why you shouldn't name your bucket this long. That's totally fine if you do, but just make sure you type it right. Alright, that is done. Now task 7, there's this one thing to run again, so I just need to make sure. Alright, so if I click enter, this should be fine. Okay, click check my progress and just click my checkbox again and again if it doesn't work for you. Alright, see, if it shows you some error, just click check my progress again and again. If you're really sure that you did all the things right, just click my check my progress again and again. If it doesn't work, just come back to me, I'll help you out. Okay, don't need to do that. I just need to make sure. I think everything is done. I'll just refresh and see if there's anything that I'm missing. No, it's 100 out of 100. So you have to do it till here, and then I click end lab and then I click submit. So this lab should be completed. So it took me 6 to 7 minutes to complete this lab. It can take you even less, so that's totally fine. Alright, so I'll come back to course overview, the ritual that we do. We'll just check what's the next thing that we need to do. Okay. Alright, so we'll come back to this. Okay, Cloud SQL for MySQL, and then we'll start this. Click start lab, and then we'll just wait for it to load. Alright, it takes some time, so it's totally fine if it does. Open Google Cloud Console, and it has not taken my email ID by default, so I'll copy and paste it. Copy and paste my password and email. Click I understand, and then I'll check for any setup and requirements it needs. Nothing as such. Alright, amazing. So the next thing I'll do is I'll click I agree and continue. I'll come back here. I'll just move myself here. Alright, it's better. I click SQL, and then I'll click create instance, choose MySQL, and then I'll just wait for it to happen. Instance ID, so this should be my instance ID. Paste, and then password, I'll take no password, and then click enterprise. This should be development, and just check your zone. So the zone would be different for everybody. For me it's US East 1D, so just according to your like your zone, just select the region. So it's US East 1 for me because it's US East 1, and then I'll click multiple zones, then specify zones, and US East 1D. Make sure you do this really well. Alright, when I've done this, I'll just check if everything's alright. 4B CPU, 16 GB, this is what I wanted to create. All right, 100 GB storage, everything seems all right. And then I'll create instance. So now instance is being created. Now this process, like creating my instance, might take around 5 to 6 minutes, and it's totally fine if it does, because it is ideal to take 5 to 6 minutes. So just wait for 5 to 6 minutes and I'll wait for it to happen. Just go on and play with your dog or do something else, because I'll do that, and I'll just go play with my dog or cat, I don't differentiate. Just do that, just wait for a few minutes, and when it happens, we'll come back. Alright, so it took almost 7 minutes for this to complete for me, and the timing might differ. That's totally fine if it does. Now I'll come back to this and I'll check if there's anything else need to be done, but I'll check my progress, and this should be done. Alright. Test your understanding does not need to be done. And then I'll come back, I'll click activate cloud shell, I just wait for it to happen. It takes like 30 seconds or so. And then I'll click continue. I can just collapse this. Okay. I'll just wait for it to run. Alright, so now it is here for me. So I'll just go back and copy this. I'll paste this. And I'll click authorize. Takes like 1 minute or so. So patience is something that you have to take care of while doing all of these labs, because it's really important. So it's not saying it take 5 minutes, but it just allow listing our IP for 5 minutes, so that's different. Alright, so this will take time again, 1 minute 30 seconds, it really depends. And just make sure you're on time here. So right, we have time. Okay, we'll just wait for this to happen. This is again taking some time. We'll just wait for it to happen. Alright, so now I am here. So for some people, if you have entered a password, you might need to enter that, but we did not. We'll just click enter and we'll just wait for it to happen. And now you should be seeing something like this, MySQL and like a closing tag, right? And now you should click this one, and this is task 3 actually. Okay, click this one and click create database query. Okay, click check my progress. It should say amazing, and I'll just check anything else need to be completed. No, you can run all of these to see what is actually happening, but I won't do that. Like if I want to run this, I can, but I'm not running it because this is not really important. But if it's still 50 out of 100 for me, but I have completed all of it, so I'll just refresh it, and now it should be 100 out of 100, right? Just like if you want to do that, check my progress again, you can do that, and you can also do it here, and then you can click end lab. Now if you end this lab, nothing is wrong, you have completed this lab. Just go back and just go back to see. No, don't go back. All right, we have a few more labs to complete.
In this next section, you'll explore
course overview, and then there's this quiz that we need to complete. All right, so we'll click quiz. So I'll just complete this quiz for you, and then I'll just come back with the answers. Alright, so while I was attempting this quiz, something came like this, and that's totally fine if it comes up for you. You can just click next and just check if alright, if this happens for you, don't worry, you can just click this. So alright, so here are the answers for you. You can just have a look at these, and you know what, if you watch a theory video, this should be very easy for you. You don't even need to watch these questions, watch these for the answers. You can do that for yourself, but it's better if you do it this way. Alright, now when I'm here, I'll just go back and I'll just come back here, and then I'll check, okay, this one is complete. There's nothing else in the where do I store this stuff option. Now I'll click, there's an API for that, and I'll click cloud endpoints quick start. So I'll click start lab, and then reCAPTCHA verification error, refresh again. So I'll refresh this page, click start lab. Alright, I click open Google Cloud Console, and then use another account, copy, and then I'll paste. Then I'll just check if there are any additional setup and requirements. Well, there are none. Okay, I'll come back, like I understand, and all of these labs can be completed in 5, 6 or 10 minutes max. If there is some lab that needs you to wait for some time, that might take 15 minutes at max, and it should not take more than that if you are following the steps correctly, obviously. So we'll just wait for this to provision ourselves, but we'll just copy this and we'll just wait for it to give us the lab. Alright, got it. Connecting. Alright, we'll ask us to authorize, and then we'll go back and then we'll click copy again. It'll just take some time. Okay, now we are task 1 done. Now task 2. Do that again. Now we'll do this again. Now it'll take some time. Might take you 2 to 3 minutes, more than that, or even less than that. So we just wait for this to happen and we'll just come back. But till here, this should be the same. So there would be some warnings while it's running, so you need to ignore that. There is no reason to get alarmed, so just wait for it to run. Alright, so it is now completed running for me. So I'll just go back and click check my progress, and it should say completed. If it does not say completed for you, if there is any error, just like here, so we'll just click check my progress again, and we'll just wait for it to happen. So we can just wait for it to happen, or we can just click check my progress again and again, like 2 or 3 times, and until if we have got this, that means it's uploaded, and we'll just click, yeah, see, now it's done. So it happens sometimes, but just keep doing that, and I hope it works for you. So I'll just click this, and then we'll just wait. Now again, it'll take 2 or 3 more minutes, so we'll just wait for that to happen and we'll come back. So it's still taking time for me, but make sure you only start the lab if you have enough time. So it's already been a few minutes since I started this. It's 1 minute since I started doing this, but it's almost 6 minutes since I started this lab. So maybe it takes time, but this lab in total should only take you 5 or 6 minutes to do, I'll be doing it. So other than that, there's nothing else that should alarm you. So it's still saying this may take several minutes, so I'll have to wait for it to happen. Can't do anything, so I'll just wait for it with you. Alright, so it took me around 5 minutes for it to run, and it's totally fine if it takes your time as well. Just don't end the lab. Alright, so I'll just go back and click check my progress, and it should say it's completed. But again, if it say assessment not okay, it says assessment completed, but for you, if it says it's not completed, just run check my progress again and again, and then it should definitely work. Now task 4, just copy this and paste this. Let's see what happens. Alright, it says, it gives us this. We did run that. Now we'll come back here and we'll paste this. Alright, now we'll click check my progress, and it should give us the desired check my progress. Check my progress should be green now. Let us see if it is. Oh, it is. Alright, now we'll come to task 5, just copy and paste, and now it says generating traffic, right? So let's just go to this. Okay, so this is what it does. This is generating traffic now. So in the console, you need to go to endpoints, and I don't think this is necessary to do. So what you can do is you can just click Ctrl+C. That's all. Alright, we are doing it the shorter way, so we'll just go to task 6 and do this. So again, it will take some time to happen, so we'll just wait for it to happen, and then when it's done, I'll come back. Alright, so this did run for me. Now I'll come back and I'll click copy again for the second step, and then I'll paste it. Alright, now again, this would take time. Have patience, and when it runs, I'll come back. Alright, so it did run for me. Now I'm getting this leave side option, so it might happen because you have been running this lab for quite long and you might get this thing. So just quick leave, and now you'll be back on this page. Don't worry, everything you did hasn't disappeared. Just go back and copy this and paste this. Just copy your password and paste this. Now this should take you back to where you were, right? Let us see if we are back on that page. Yes, we should be. We will again provision our Cloud Shell machine, connect to our Cloud Shell machine, and then we are right there where we were. Amazing. We'll just come back and we'll check our progress, and it should happen. If it doesn't happen, we'll just check my progress again. It should be done, but we'll just wait. We should have patience, because this is what GCCF is all about, having patience. Okay, we click check my progress again, because we have done that. We can see this was our last command. Yes, so this should happen. Okay, again, assessment completed. Amazing. So now what we need to do, we'll create a good old API key. So we'll go to like API and services, we'll go to credentials, we'll create credentials API key, and then we will keep this handy. We'll just come back and click export API key, and now we'll just go back. We're not copying this right now because we've copied this. Now we'll just remove this till y. We'll click show key, click this, and then paste. Now this is done. We'll come back and we'll run this. This would again, okay, this is giving us San Francisco International Airport. And now we'll copy and paste these commands again. Copy and paste. Again, it'll take some time. We'll let it run for 5 to 10 seconds. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Now I think it has run for like ample number of time, and we'll click Control C, and then we'll click this, the 10th step. We'll just copy and paste. Alright, quota exceeded. Now if we're getting this, we'll click check my progress. Now it should say assessment completed. Now when this is done, this is all you had to do. You will click, now it's 100 out of 100 for me. I click end lab. Even if it says 80 out of 100, just refresh it, it'll say 100 out of 100. Just click end lab again, and now it's completed. Amazing, we have now completed this lab. Alright, so after completing this, we'll just go back to course overview, and then we'll just scroll down and just check what's next. Okay, this one is next, so we'll just click this and we'll just wait. It takes time, but don't worry. We click start lab, and this is quite a easy lab for you, so we'll just do it really easily. So let me just close the old tab, click use another account, username, okay, password, okay. Now I should be signed in, and click I understand. Alright, let's check if there are any setup requirements required. I don't think so. Alright, so we'll activate Cloud Shell by going here. Alright, so we'll come back here. We'll just wait for it to load. It takes some time. It's totally fine if it takes time. Patience is of utmost important. So we'll just wait for it to load, and we'll come back. Okay, copy, and then it takes time. That's fine. That's fine. Got it. Connecting. Alright, so we'll just paste this, and you're running apt-get inside of Cloud Shell. Alright, so we'll just check if you're doing this right. Definitely take some time. Again, we'll have to wait, so let's just wait. Okay, this was a pretty short wait, 10 seconds or so, and then copy again, and then paste. So it'll create a virtual environment for us. Now when this is here, we'll click this, we'll paste. Alright, now when we are here, we'll click this one, and then we'll paste it, and then we'll come back here, and then we'll wait for it to happen. Takes like roughly 10-20 seconds, not more than that, and then we'll paste again. Alright, and now when this is done, we'll come back to the third step and we'll paste it. Okay, now we'll come back, and this is the third one. So if you remember what we were doing, you should understand what is a publisher and a pub subtopic, right? So this is what we are doing, and this is nothing new. So we'll just wait for that to happen, and then we'll do this. Alright, then we'll run this one. Just normal copy and paste thing, nothing fancy. So I copy and pasted it. Now it takes some time to create the topic. I don't know how much, maybe 2 or 3 more minutes, but we'll just wait. Alright, so it did run for me. Now I'll come back here and then I'll just click check my progress and it should say that it's done. Alright, so I'll copy the 5th command and then I'll paste it here. Alright, amazing. And I should be able to see my topic. So if I go to pub sub and topics, I should be able to see it. So just search pub sub. Alright, and then I should be see a topic that we created. My topic, definitely. Amazing. So we'll just click this and we'll run this again. And it should happen. And just take some time, but do not worry. We are here to complete this with you. Right. So I guess this one would be the last thing that we need to complete in this. And then we'll be done with this lab. So we'll just wait for it to happen. Let's check if it's done. It's done. Amazing. Let's check if it's created. Amazing. So we have finally completed this lab. So if we just click this, it's not showing yet. We'll just refresh it and it should be 100 out of 100. Amazing. So just a little bit of thing what we did here. We created a pub sub topic here and we did it through command line. And this is what we did. We created a topic, created a subscription, and we published the messages. Then we can view the messages. So if you need to understand what is happening and how all these things are done, you're free to use this. But because it is 100 out of 100 for me, I can click check my progress. I won't do it again. So no need. If you want to do it, the cloud console is all yours. You can do all you want. So again, just make sure you don't do something that blocks your account. Just don't get carried away. That's all. So click end lab, submit, and amazing, this lab is complete for me. I'll come back to course overview just to check if there's anything left, and to my surprise, nothing else other than the quiz. So I'll just click quiz and then I'll just complete this for you and I'll come back. Alright, so here are the answers. 1, 2, 3 and 4. The questions might be shuffled, so at your own dismay, just you can check the answers whatever it is, and then you can complete it. So I'll come back to course overview and then I'll check if there's anything left in this one. Nothing. So now we'll come to cloud security. You can't secure this cloud, right? So we'll come back to this. There are 2 labs and 1 quiz. Amazing. Can be completed in like 10 minutes if everything goes right, and we don't have to wait much. So I'll just close the previous one. I'll come back to start lab and just wait for it to happen. And obviously whenever you're doing a lab, make sure you read through it. So make sure you understand what is happening. And because it's already 18th of October and many of us, we haven't even completed Gen AI yet, it's very important to do these labs very quickly and you understand what is happening. So yes, both of those are important and we'll be doing all of that. So here we are. Okay, now we are here. We'll click I agree and continue, and then we'll come back to the setup and requirements, check if this lab has okay, it does have extra setup and requirements required. So we'll just come back here, we'll click activate cloud shell, and we'll just wait for it to provision a cloud shell machine for us, and then we'll run these commands. So just a few more seconds, and alright, copy and then paste, authorize, take some time to authorize, and done. Copy and paste the second command and then the third command. Alright, so now when we are here, we'll come to task 1 right here. Alright, we'll just wait for it to deploy, and then okay, now it's asking for a region. Now again, we've done this before, but we'll do it again. Okay, so we'll check for our region. So we just need to see if we are provided with any region, and for this one I don't think we have. So okay, select a region near to you. It says support standard. Okay, so we can click anyone which says support. So I'm like clicking 7th because it just need to be something that is, so that's a support standard. So I click 7th and region queue pressed and it's working. So again, it'll take like 2 to 3 more minutes and we'll just wait for it to happen and then we'll run this command. So let's just wait for a few more minutes. Again, waiting, our favorite thing while completing GCCF. Alright, then it asks me, do you want to continue Y or N? So I'll click Y and then click enter. So alright, taking some time, file upload done. It'll take some time until the command line comes back, so just wait for it to happen and then we'll copy this command and just wait for our time. Okay, alright, so it did run for me. Now I'll come back. I had already copied this, but I'll copy it again and then I'll paste it. Okay, now it says did not detect browser, but it's totally fine. If it says that, just click this link and you should be here, right? Okay, now we'll come back to this, to our this, and just check my progress and it should say alright, it's done. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to go to security and identity. So I can't find security here. Security and identity aware proxy, I think this is what it's talking about. Yes, identity aware proxy. And then when I'm here, I'll click enable API. Let me just bring myself here. It'll take some time. Go to identity aware proxy, click configure consent screen. Now it says OAuth consent screen. So remember this, we talked about this in our theory video. And then here we'll internal and create. Alright, now it's asking for app name, so we'll copy it from here. IAP example, this one. What are the next things that we need to do? Is to view your app. Okay, application homepage would be this one. And just to tell you which one is this, this is the same link that we got. So you can either copy this or just click this to open it in a new tab, and then you can copy it from here. So you are here. This will be your application homepage. Now use the support email, privacy policy. So here we'll use the same thing, just add privacy at the end, and then add domain. Alright, click add domain, and then we'll just copy it till here. No HTTP. Alright, now this should be done, and then it's asking for an email address. Let's see. Now we need to enter any email address, so I'll use my email address, my friend's email address actually. So it should be this. Okay, so I think everything else is alright. You can just click cancel for this and click save and continue, and then this should give you something like this. Now for scopes, alright, there is something else. So for scopes, and click add or remove scopes, and then now it's asking us click save and continue. Alright, sorry, you don't need to do something like this. Click save and continue, and for summary we'll click back to dashboard. Alright, back to dashboard. When this is done, in the Cloud Shell we'll run this command. So where is the Cloud Shell? In this tab. So we'll run this command. So it'll take some time again. Disabled. Now we'll come back and alright. Okay, now we can refresh this, and now we should be able to see something here. Let me just, alright, so it'll take some time, but now we are able to see some alright, something like this. Now domain will be protected by IAP, so we need to enable it, turn on, and now this should give us what we need. Let us see if it gives us what we need. Let us see that. Take some time again. Alright, now it says status okay. Alright, so you need to turn this on. Now we'll come back and check if there's anything else needed. Alright, so for task 1 we need to okay, and if we click this is asking sign in now. So what I did was I just went to this URL again, the URL that we used to create our app. So where was it? Let me just open our Cloud Shell. So if we open a Cloud Shell, there was this URL that we used to access our app, right? This one. Well, click this again. So but now this is asking me for some kind of authentication. Why? Because we have given it some authentication power. Now nobody would be able to log in and see what's behind the web page until and unless we are able to give it the access. So once we give that, it says you don't have access. Now what is the thing that is required? Let us see that. So denying you access, definitely. Now we'll return to the and check. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll return to the IAB proxy page of the console and select the checkbox next to the App Engine app. Okay, we'll do this, and now we'll just wait for it to happen. Alright, now what else that we need? We click add principal and then new principles. We will now enter your student email address, which is right here. Enter this and then select a role. The role will be okay, Cloud IAP and IAP Secured Web User. Cloud IAP, IAP Secured Web App User. And now I guess we'll click save. Now click save. It says policy updated. Now click check my progress. Again. Assessment completed. Alright, now we need to open our web browser. I think this is not required. You don't need to do this, but in the Cloud Shell we need to do this. So where did we open a Cloud Shell? Right here, and then we click this, and then we are here in the app, and then we click app deploy, and it'll take some time. It's totally fine. If it does, and click Y, and then I'll wait for it to run. Definitely it'll take some time, so we'll just wait for it to run. Alright, so it did run for me, so I'll come back and I'll check my progress. So it's like assessment completed. Now is there anything else that I need to do? I'll check. Okay, now okay, also this is an important thing that we should note. So if I click app browse now, this will give you a URL again, and now it says this is step 2 of the user identification with IAP Code Lab. So now we are doing the step 2. So what is this? What is the step 2? You can definitely close this one, and I guess we're gonna do the same thing that we did. So we come to this part, and then we'll turn off IAP, right? And then we'll be warned this will allow everyone to access App Engine, and this is off now. Alright, and now we'll get this, and then we'll come back to our URL, a Cloud Shell, and then we'll come back here and paste our URL. So we'll just come back here. Alright, so we'll just come back here, take this URL, and then we'll paste it. Okay, if we get this, so alright, now this is something that we need to do. We'll come back here. This is task 3, mind you, and then paste, and then paste again. Now it says if you want to continue, yes. Now again it'll take 2 or 3 more minutes, just wait for that. Alright, so it has now run for me. I'll just come back and click check my progress. Now this should definitely be done. If it says see, now it's done. I'll check if the progresses are completed. Yes, it is completed. They are definitely complete. I'll click this, go back, and end lab, and this should end my lab. So you can definitely take your time to understand what is happening in this, but obviously the videos are getting long, so I'm just trying to make it as short as possible. So we'll just go back to course overview, and then we will come back here and click the quiz one. Alright, this is another lab. Alright, we'll do that, not much time. We'll just close all the other things that are here, and we'll click start lab. Click I'm not a robot. Bridges, check the bridges. Alright, I don't think so, there are more. Okay, now when this is done, it'll take some time. We'll click open Google Cloud Console, we'll click username 1. Now there are two usernames for you. I'll tell you why. So username 1, click password will be the same for both of them. So I understand, and then we'll just wait for it to run. Alright, now I agree and continue. Alright, so the prerequisites are we need to sign into the Google Cloud Console as 2 users. So we'll click open Google Cloud Console again, use another account, student 2 this time, this one, and then password will be the same. And now we have logged in 2 dashboards. So just to make sure that which one is which, I'll give you a distinction. So when you are here, click I agree and continue. Now just to distinguish which one is which, you can see the email address. Like for me it's 4EE, and here it is 8C4. So I'll just match it with here. So username 1 is 8C4. So mostly I'll be working on this one, so I'm keeping the first one here and the second one here. Alright, so the prerequisites is over, the setup is over. Alright, and now I'll come to the IAM console. So now I need to go to the dashboard. I am an admin, and then IAM. Alright, and now when I'm here, I'll click grant access at the top. Let's see if we've got that. Let me just duplicate this and bring it right here, so it'll be easy for all of us. 1 second. Alright, so now we're here. What we'll do is we'll click grant permissions, so grant access. So we'll click that, and there are 4 roles. Okay, and then role viewer role. So it's actually telling us that what are the things there are. We don't need to add a principal right now, so we need to explore other as well. So these are not important. We'll just come to the thing which is important. So you just need to be in this page, that's fine. And what I'll do is I'll just go to navigation menu, cloud storage, buckets, and then I'll click create. After clicking create, I need to, the name should be very unique. For me, I'll put it as, okay, so I'm using the same name but like that. Location type would be multi-region, then continue, and then do nothing else, just click create. Alright, and when it is asking for this, just click confirm. And then alright, when this is created, we need to upload any .txt file or HTML file. So for this example, you can use any TXT or HTML file, any TXT or HTML. So for this example, I'm using, for example, you can go to Notepad or create one for yourself. Just go to Notepad and save a TXT file for yourself, or I am just using any HTML file that I have. So I have, let me see if I have a HTML file with me, or if I don't have that, what I'll do is, once again, let's just upload one txt or HTML file. Let me just see if I have any. Well, I must have that in a folder. Alright, okay, I'm not having it here. One second, let me just find a file. Alright, so I found a HTML file for yourself, but if you can't find a HTML file, just go ahead and create a .txt file or any txt file. just go ahead and create that, or just search for a .txt file. There must be many txt files in your computer if you're using Windows. Just click open. So I'm just uploading any index.html file that I found on my computer, and that's totally fine. You can upload anything just for sample. And we need to rename this. So what we'll do is we'll click select, and we'll just go back to here, click rename, and we'll rename this to sample.txt. Alright, click rename, and then once we have done that, I'll go back here and click check my progress. This should be done. Alright, now when this is done, I'll click to the username to console, and then I'll come to the buckets, and I can see something different. I can see this here, but I created this bucket in the first username. How can I see it here? That's because I created a role for this username to be a viewer of the bucket. So that's really cool, right? Alright, so now we need to remove the access. So how do we remove that? We go to the navigation menu for username 2. So I'm switching back to the username 1 console now, and now it says logged out, and that's totally fine if it happens for you. Just go back and just check which one is logged out. So you can check it from here. So for me, the username 1 has been logged out. So I'll just go back, I'll paste it, and I'll copy the password, paste it again, and now it is logged in for me. Right now, when it is logged in for me, I'll just go back to this and then I'll go back to, let me just check. Okay, I am an admin, and then I click to IAM, and then I'll click the pencil icon. Alright, let me just check which one was that. Okay, username 2 is 4EE, so I can find that. So I'll click the pencil icon and I'll remove that access. And how do I do that? I'll just, okay, so if I need to remove this access, let me check if we have to remove that. Okay, we need to click the trash can. Okay, I click save, and this one would go away. And now if we go ahead and click refresh, we are not, okay, we are still able to see that, but there should be something that doesn't come up. Alright, okay, now if we click this, that's strange, but again, you don't need to worry about this. There might be a glitch or something, but still you should be here. Alright, so when I'm here, I'll just go back and I'll check my progress. Okay, it can take about 80 seconds, so it can take time, so don't worry if it doesn't work for you the first time. Alright, so from the lab connection panel, I'll just copy the username 2, and then I'll go back to this one, and then I'll go back to navigation and IAM. There I am here, and then I'll click grant access, and then new principles, and then in the new principles field, and then I'll come back here. I'll come to cloud storage. Let's see, cloud, let's just scroll down, it's better. Okay, I have found cloud storage, and then I'll come back to storage object viewer. Make sure it is cloud storage object viewer. Now when I'm here, I'll click save. Alright, and then I need to verify that, so I'll click on this, and then I'll click activate cloud shell, and then let's ask me to, if I want to continue, I'll continue, wait for it to run. Alright, taking some time, definitely it will, so we'll just wait for it to run. Alright, so it's run for me. So now we'll just go back here, and we'll just copy this, and we'll paste this, but just make sure you remove the bucket name with your bucket name, which is this. I have quite a long bucket name. You can keep it anything. Click authorize. Authorization might take place. Now it's done, and then it should give us something like this, which has the file. Now if we need to see, we need to go back. If this worked, I'll click check my progress, and yes, it worked. Now everything should be completed, and if it doesn't, click check my progress. Alright, so now it should be 100 out of, let me just move myself here, 100 out of 100. Now click end lab, click submit. Alright, now this lab is complete. This took time because I was also following along with you, but that's totally fine. Take your time and complete this. Now I'll come back to course overview, and then I'll go to the quiz. This is the last thing there in this one. So in this module 2, so just wait for it to happen. I'll just do all this for you and I'll come back. Alright, so I've done it for you. This is the first one, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. So the questions might be shuffled, but the answers would be the same. Now if I go back, let me go back to course overview, and let me just check if there's anything else left. No, I don't think so. I'll come back and I'll see this as green, so which means I've completed it. You can also check that in your public profile. So as you keep completing the lab, you'll get these. So that's totally fine. Now you will also see a Gen AI lab. My friend hasn't completed Gen AI, so you're not seeing it here. But yes, this is how it should be. Now you can go back and then you can enroll in course 2, module 3. So
welcome to module 7 of the Google.
So I've already enrolled it with you, but you can do that. Alright, thank you so much. This is it for the video. Meet you in the next video.